Welcome to the Just Zander podcast. I'm your host, Zander Gray, and this is episode 37. How's it going? It has been a while. I figured today would be the best day. Today is a special day, especially for me. It is my birthday, y'all. It is my birthday. July 14th, 2021. I am 34 years old. I guess I could have planned it and did an episode 34, but I didn't. I tend to not plan for things. I just decide to do something and I want to do it. So it's been, I want to say it's been a couple of months since the last time I've done this. It has been a while, and I genuinely don't know how this is going to turn out, but who cares? I'm doing this for me, and I thought it'd be cool to just do a podcast on my birthday. I mean, granted, it is 2 days before. However, it's going to be released on my birthday, so we're in the future, guys. I'm in the future. So, happy birthday, me, and to all the other July 14th folks. How do I feel? I feel okay. I feel happy. I feel hungry. I feel like there's a lot that I still want to do. I feel like there's a lot that I want to accomplish. And I feel like this is only the beginning. I feel I don't feel old. I don't feel like this is the end. I don't feel like that this is it. I feel like there's a lot more. I feel like I said before, and I'm repeating myself, it is just the beginning for me. And let's begin with, a lot has happened in like 2 months. So I don't quite remember what I talked about last time. I think, I have my phone here. So I think the last time, I talked about how can you really do anything alone? Anyway, we're not talking about that right now. So it's, I think it's relative. Every single time I feel like I do this podcast, I'm gassy, I'm all burping, and it's been hot lately. We know that. And it has been so long that it took me forever to set up. Like, I don't know how all this is going to look like. So post edit, we'll see. I mean, let me know if you like the purple. I have been I think evolving is the wrong word. I think I have been searching for meaning. I have been searching for purpose, and so I'm going to move. Okay, this might be a long one. It might be a short one. So this podcast is going to be a lot of forwards in time and backwards in time. Okay, so I started my own company. I started my own company called No Kiss Productions. That is the card. So I think that's weird. I think it's a mirror image. It shouldn't be, but this is the card. No Kiss Productions. And if you're curious why No Kiss, it stands for no overthinking, keep it simple, stupid. Lately, that's really how I've been living my life, is whenever I have a project or anything that I do, I don't overthink it and I keep it simple. It's not really that easy to to follow. So I'll go a little bit on this, but so what the company is videography. Backtrack. It's a digital media company, right? It's storytelling through digital media. Okay, so I do video and I take pictures, and I am able to make custom song for you, or custom theme, custom mix, master, anything that you need. So I think it all goes together with videography, photography, and music production, or audio production, as you will, because I can do voiceovers as well. As you can tell, I'm doing a podcast currently. And if it sounds good, it's because I mix and master it. So that is what I do with this company. I started it in June, actually. So it's not that long ago. But before that, I have been doing a lot of freelance. I have been doing a lot of freelance work. I've been putting a lot of reps on videography, and lately I've been taking a lot more pictures. And honestly, the music stuff I've been kind of, no, I don't want to say backing away from. It's just I haven't been putting my chips in it. Like I'll still be doing music. I'll still be writing music and releasing. It's just, I think I want to focus more on this company and being able to provide a service to people that need their story to be told. So either through imagery or visuals, or video, or music or voice, or whatever. So I think it all makes sense. It does make sense. And so far it's been good. And there's lulls here and there, obviously, but I haven't gone 100% yet in it, meaning I still have another job, but we're getting very close. We are getting very close, and I couldn't be more thankful and grateful, and just, I don't know, for the longest. Okay, so this business card is very important to me, meaning I've always wanted to start something. I've always wanted to start a business, or start something that I can possibly monetize with. With anything, you provide a service to people, but I wanted something more. And for the longest time, I couldn't figure it out. I didn't know exactly what I wanted to do. So I guess how it started is, I play music, and I've been playing in bands, and there's two particular bands that was serious, and then it just didn't happen, right? So I started to go solo, and with the solo music, it's completely a departure from what I've been doing with, alternative rock or emo music or whatever. I mean, I still, oddly enough, with the R&B and soul stuff that I do, it's still emo, because I can't get away from it, because that's just how I am. So, how I started was, when I went solo, I just couldn't afford video, or to hire somebody to do video or anything like that. At the time, I wasn't making much, and I figured if I want to do something, I've always just done it myself, So that's how I started video-wise. So I had my wife use my phone and just take footage of me either playing or singing or acting, whatever. And then after the fact, I take all that footage and then I edit it through, the simplest form is like iMovie in the beginning, and that's how I did it. And then I found myself liking and loving the editing aspect of it. I did that for a couple years, actually, or a few, maybe 2 years. Yeah, I did, using the phone. I did a lot of footage with just the phone. And still had no idea how to do certain things. And then I think after a while, I just decided, you know what? Maybe I just need to get a camera. So I invested in camera, and I started learning from there. Long story short, or short story long, this is how I started. I just did that and learned how to use a camera. I'm still learning. I'm not by any means an expert. I'm still putting in reps. I'm still putting in hours and hours. What I want to achieve and what I want to do is going to take years, and I know that, and I'm willing to put in the work for it. However, I feel comfortable now at the level that I am at now to be able to provide a service for people and to tell their story and to help them in any way that I can that they couldn't do it for themselves. So they hire a creator, a videographer, a photographer, a producer, or whatnot. And so that is what I provide. I just the business card. Anyway, as I was saying, it means a lot to me is because I've always wanted to start something. And I remember when I was younger, I thought having a business card was so cool. Nowadays, I don't know. Nowadays, I don't know how important it is, but I think it is still practical. I know a couple of my friends, or at least one of them, disagree with QR codes. They don't work, but I love them. I think they work perfect. So I have my info in the back, and then if you want to look at the website, if you have your phone out, you can just scan the QR code, and it'll take you right to the website. And the logo was done by a good friend of mine. His wife did it, and I think it turned out pretty fucking cool. Anyway, I just like looking at it and touching it. So I know I feel like I'm rambling on here. So the whole point is that I've been busy. And I know I say that a lot on this podcast, that I've been busy, but I have. I try to spend a lot of my time, if I'm not editing videos or searching for work or projects or people to help, I try to create content and figure out how to tell my story through the work that I've done. And it's extremely hard, and everything changes all the time, with Instagram and TikTok and Facebook and all that jazz, and YouTube. And my job, or the most important thing about my job, is keeping up with those things. And again, that's neither here nor there. I just wanted to do the podcast because, again, I'm doing it for me, and it's a form of therapy. I'm sitting in my studio. I've accumulated a lot of things the past couple months, with comics and Funko Pops and expensive lenses and light and all this jazz. And it always comes down to the simplest things, like writing a song or doing this podcast. I've been heavy on just figuring out so this whole journey that I've on is about, whole purpose is just to figure out how to better myself and evolve and just be the ultimate Zander Gray that I can, the ultimate me that I can. And I can go back and say that I'm so used to saying, like, being yourself should be the easiest thing, but it's not, and da-da-da. And then I've just realized that upon searching for that, I've found certain podcasts and certain psychotherapist that is. So I got really obsessed with Carl Jung, and I heard a podcast about so Carl Jung is a psychotherapist or psychologist, in the early 1900s, right? And he's pretty famous. So he was supposed to be Sigmund Freud, if you know Sigmund Freud. He was supposed to be Sigmund Freud's heir apparent, but he had some differences in thought with Sigmund Freud. Okay, this is gonna be a long story. So, and Sigmund Freud, in a nutshell, he believed that if you had trauma or whatever when you were a kid, then you'll forever be stuck in that sense. So whatever happened to you as a kid is gonna, I guess, drag on until your adulthood. Like you won't be able to fix it, kind of thing. And Carl Jung believed that the spiritual side is just as important as that. Like he was saying that why can't we figure out how we want to live our lives around 30 and 40 and 50 and 60? You know what I mean? Like it shouldn't end there. Like you shouldn't have to have everything figured out by 20 or 30 or in your 30s. I mean, if you do, sweet. If you do, awesome. But if not, then he discovered, or he realized, that the spiritual side, your subconscious, might help you discover that. So again, like I said, this is going to be weird back and forth. So our brain, again, full disclosure, I'm not a doctor, nor a scientist. So everything I'm saying right now is through research and through just listening to podcasts. So do your own research. So your brain, your left brain and your right brain, right? So your left brain is known for analytical stuff, logic, and all that stuff, right? And super scientific explanation. And then your right brain is more like the creative side and whatnot. Oops, hit the microphone. So when you're awake, your left brain is pretty much, most of the time, is running shit, right? So when you do things or decide things, depending if you don't have any like sort of disorder or whatever, usually the left brain takes over. Like your left brain is like when you're scared of something or you want to do something, you feel uncomfortable and you fear it, and it's like, nah. The left brain is all about comfort, right? It's all about logic. Like, why are you doing that? No, we want to be safe. But the right brain, it's very creative. It finds answers in a different way. And so your left brain is for language and like writing and stuff, but your right brain is more about imagery, right? So when you dream, you're not able to write stuff or read stuff in your dreams because your subconsciously, your right brain is like pretty much taking over when you're asleep. So Carl Jung was saying in that aspect that when you, depending on how you live your life, you need to solve a certain thing. Sometimes you want to sleep or you want to take a nap. That's why they say sleep on it, is because what your left brain can't solve, your right brain might have some clues or answers for you. However, it's not able to tell you directly. The only way for your right brain to tell you how to solve certain things or giving you clues or solutions is through imagery, because you're not able to see. I mean, you're not able to write or see writing or being explained to you. So it's through images. So when you dream about stuff, you kind of have to interpret, and you kind of have to figure out what you saw in your dream. So having a dream journal is important, because when you sleep and you wake up, you have to write as much information as you can when you were dreaming, because it might help you in your life trying to figure stuff out. Anyway, that was a long fucking story. Anyway, I got obsessed with that. I got obsessed with Carl Jung, okay? And he wrote he had a huge falling out with Sigmund Freud. And he was labeled he was labeled a mystic. Okay, so back in the day, in the 1900s, being labeled a mystic is a bad thing, especially for psychologists. So he was shunned by his peers and by his mentor. Anyway, he still practiced being a psychologist. So during that time, I want to say in his late 30s and early 40s, he had a mental breakdown. He started having visions, okay? So instead of trying to fix it, he decided to dive deep into his visions. He created a method to go into deep in his subconscious, and then this is years. He did this for years. And anytime he saw something, he wrote it down. Anytime he had visions or whatever, he wrote it as clearly as possible down on this said red book. And he did that for years. And at times when he had visions or when he dived deep in his subconscious, he would be just watching or listening or just like being a fly on the wall. And other times he would engage with whatever he saw. So he wrote all that. He did all that on this red book. However, this red book was under lock and key, because if anybody saw what he wrote and what he have talked about, he would lose his license pretty much because of all the crazy shit that he saw. Anyway, fast forward, it was under lock and key for over 100 years. It didn't really get published till 2008, I think. And during that, I think his death or whatever, when it was under lock and only certain psychologists or certain doctors or whatever could go through the book. And it's like crazy. So anyway, I got obsessed with that. And I've been recently diving into meditation and my subconscious. And I tell you what, boy, like that shit is messy, beautiful, stunning, scary, but I can't get enough of it. Like I got obsessed for a little bit for sure. And I would, even until now, well, in the beginning, I was meditating like 3-4 times a day. But now there are days where I don't get to, but I try to at least meditate once a day on top of like working out and really putting in the work to not only evolve as much as I can, mentally, physically, spiritually, just keeping up with it, just for myself. So what before I did all that, I got obsessed with Carl Jung because there's a term called self-individuation that I feel like I've talked about this. I don't remember. So that he said, so basically it's there's a difference. Okay. So self-individuation, it's not about doing anything and everything for yourself. So for Carl Jung, the way he explains it is the only way that you can provide a service or be or help the community or basically, be a mentor or anything like that, you have to first be the best Zander Gray that you can be, or be the best Tom or Jane, Samantha that you can. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, you have to be the best you that you can be, so then you can help other people. Because I think once you, I don't want to say fix yourself, I think once you self-actualize and when you wake up, when you wake up, not woke, when you wake up for yourself and knowing that what the steps and everything that you need to do for yourself, you tend to be better at serving others. So I got obsessed with that. And then hence the whole red book, and hence the whole meditation thing, that I've been doing this for so long, minus the meditation. I've been doing it for so long. I just didn't have a way to explain it. So when you have this genius guy, Carl Jung, explain it to me, it just makes sense after that. You know what I mean? When an educated person actually tells you you're doing the right thing, you just don't know what it's called. It made sense. It made complete sense, and I dove deep. I check something real quick. I did the work, and I'm still continuing to do the work, but I'm in a good place, and it's odd to be in. You know, again, I still get emotional and angry and selfish. I still do. I still am this way sometimes, but I am aware that I still have a lot of work to do, that this self-individuation and evolving and being a better you, it's not an overnight thing. It's a lifetime thing, you know? And it takes a lot of work, and it takes a lot of patience. Anyway, I haven't, you know, when I dive deep into that, I just can't help but want to talk about it, is because I just want to share what I've learned and share any information that I have for other people. Like, I genuinely want people to kill it and succeed. You know what I mean? I genuinely want people to be good and great to themselves and to other people. But I also know that there's malice out there, and that shit is real too. So I try to spend time correcting or do the best that I can for myself, and being aware, so I can protect not only myself but other people too, or my family, you know? Anyway, I have been good. I have been busy, and I'm excited for the future. I'm excited for what's to come. I'm excited for the opportunities that I have right now and the opportunities that I'm going to have. I know it's going to be strenuous. I know it's going to be hard as fuck, but I'm okay with that. And there are days where it's so uncomfortable. There are days where I feel like I'm not getting ahead at all, but then you meditate, you know? Then you take the time to breathe. You know, honestly, I don't know why I wanted to do this podcast. I just wanted to because I just had to. I feel like I wanted to share what I've been doing, and I wanted to share what I've been working on. You know, I mean, I guess I can plug myself. You can follow me at just Zander on my Instagram and everywhere else, and at No Kiss Productions on Instagram and Facebook if you're interested on what I'm doing. And you can check out my website, you know, www.nokissproductions.com. Hey, super easy. And then if you get my business card, you can just use the QR code in the back, and then boom, you're there. You know, I've always wanted to own something and provide something, and I'm there. I'm getting there, and I can't help but be proud of myself because for a long time, I'm not. I don't. I just can't allow myself to, because I have this chip on my shoulder, and that with the chip on my shoulder, it helps me get ahead of things. But now I can't help be proud of myself of what I've been doing, what I've been working on. And I just wanted to share it with you and share it with myself, and maybe hear myself say it out loud, that I'm happy and that I'm proud of myself. That I can't wait to get better and stronger and faster and in the things that I do. So I appreciate anybody really taking the time. I appreciate really anybody that would take the time to listen and take the time to give me a chance to help, and vice versa. I'm I know I'm here for you. I'm here to help in any way that I can, and I genuinely believe that. I love touching this card, man. I love having a card. I always get fascinated with people who can do magic tricks with cards. I just don't have the patience to. I already do too many fucking things, and magic is definitely not one of them that I want to explore. Anyway, so thank you for listening. I don't know if this is the longest podcast that I've done, at least for myself, but it's getting up there. If you even get this far from just hearing me ramble, I mean, Jesus, good on you. But if you have any questions, and if you want to chat or talk about anything, please hit me up, man. Please hit me up. I am always interested in hearing and discovering people's experiences and what they do and how they establish things. Because everybody's different, You may have similar things and similar lives, but how you live your life is very unique to you. And I think that's cool. Anyway, thank you for listening. I love you guys. I love you all. Any feedback of anything that I do, please, I welcome it. Give me all the smoke. But hit me out, man. Really. I'm an open book. I may seem. This is what my friends tell me. I may seem out there for other people, but if you shoot me a text or call me a DM me, I always respond in haste. So, I'm not too proud to do any of that stuff. So, I always take the time for anybody, really, So I appreciate your time. I appreciate you listening all the way through. Right now, I feel like I'm just rambling. So you can find me anywhere, really. Even on TikTok, I'm trying to post a little bit more videos out there. I mean, it is a content creating world right now, and I am just riding the wave. Anyway, have a good day, have a good night, and happy birthday me. I'm 34, and I can't wait to be 125. Bet. Anyway, believe in yourself, give yourself a chance, and maybe you'd be surprised at what you can do and what you can achieve. But you have to believe in yourself. All right. Peace.